everybody. I like no light, like this, like just mellow, chill energy. Okay. Oops. Okay. Put my pink light on because that's the vibe that I like. That's the vibe I like. Okay, so let's get into this message. All right. I'm not sure which cards I want to use. I keep hearing the black hole sun, but it's just like that. It's the first line of the song "Black Hole Sun" by Soundgarden, like that one part. But the lyrics in itself might resonate with someone. um, yeah, some of you guys know what that song is. It's like a popular '90s song. I remember it from MTV. What was it? Beavis and Butthead. So I don't know how old you guys are. I'm like my generation. That was where I grew up. The '90s was I was a little kid in the '90s. So I don't know. Some of you guys might be older. Some of you guys might be young, but you still might know that song. So I don't know if it means anything, but I keep hearing that same line. Like, how's it go? The line that I keep hearing the "in my eyes" part. In my eyes, indisposed, in disguises no one knows. Something like that. I keep hearing that same line. I don't know why. So the message that I'm getting, um, I heard key phrases, so I guess it's gonna come together maybe with the cards. But the key things that I was hearing was like magicians. Magicians, I heard high council, I heard the promise, I heard like the energy that was picking up. I feel like there's archetypes of energies that are being closed out. If you're asking about love, you've been like seeking guidance about love situations. It's like you're close to that promise. Um, for some of you, this specific message that I'm getting for some is that please use your discernment, you guys, with every message that comes through to know if it's for you or not, and consult divine spirit if this is in fact for you. But one of the specific messages that came through was that some of you guys had people in line. Like it's like how to explain it? Getting three energies, two energies you're dealing with, or one that you already like kind of left in the past, and then you have one current energy that may be closing itself out or you're walking away from, and there's like a completely new energy that's coming in. Kind of feels like it could be archetypes, like you're clearing out two types of energies, two types of archetypes you're closing out. Two types of energies are being cleared out in order for this, ultimate energy to come through. So for some, like, I'm going to do my best to explain this, how I'm like the energy as I'm feeling and as it's coming in, and then I'm going to pull cards and see if it, comes out, or if it solidifies it in certain ways, or if it just goes deeper into it. But the energy that I'm feeling for those of you that resonate with that, it's like two archetypes. Let's say they're one and the same. They all have similar energies to a certain extent, but one energy is um, more advanced, more seasoned in its energy versus the other energies or one of the others, but they're one and the same, if that makes sense. So I feel like if you can take a step back, you'll notice certain patterns, or you'll notice certain traits when it comes to love. For some of you, you guys are into the occult, or you deal with people that are in the occult, or all of the above. There is some type of initiation type of energy, like certain connections are like portals, they're gateways, they're doors to like the next level. I'm hearing this is weird, kind of, not really, but it might sound weird to some of you. um it's like, and for some of you, the other message that I was picking up was, let's say for instance, there were at least two other people or three other people that could have been the one, or may have been assigned to be the one for you, or to be, just that person that you end up with. And they all had like a grace period to fulfill that promise, but for whatever reason, they did not step into that. So I'm getting like there is like one person left, and I feel like whoever this person is, or this energy is rather, is more of a higher level. Um, hmm. Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm like picking this up in a way that is clear, because I'm very, very like careful about the type of messages that I deliver. So you guys have to use your discernment, and sort through it within yourself. Like if this is resonating with something, matter of fact, I feel like this is a love energy. They all three energies hold a significant key to unlock things within you. So one that could have been like in the past, or represents an archetype of the past, that you might have been more, let's say, less mature in your energy, or less mature in emotional intelligence, or just maturity, age. I feel like those energies dealt more so with like your confidence, and helping you to tap into your solar energy. Then you have one, or the archetypes that more so tap into the higher level of you, the higher chakra level in you. Um, that might speak to you being more authentic, you being more expressive in your energy, speaking your truth, honoring your truth in some type of way. Those connections unlocked a space for you to have a voice, or to utilize your voice, if that makes sense, or just expressing yourself. The last individual seems to represent more of like stability, more of a foundation, more of a home energy, something with life force. Um, they all hold something different. And for some of you, it could be those three energies, and then it's like this one energy that you can't even see that's coming. So some of these people's energies are cloaked. So there could have always been some type of hidden energy, or some type of secret behind something, or behind the connection. But let's see what Divine Spirit is saying. Excuse me. Holy Spirit, thank you for your divine guidance, divine truth. What is the message? Knight of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Tower. Okay. The person that gave you a voice to express yourself, or to like to help, at least help you to tap in to yourself, to unlock that expression within you. I feel like this person tapped more into your heart space as well, and this person may be unavailable, or kind of like was emotionally unavailable, or kind of left. It's like they pulled away very fast. Then you have the Two of Pentacles energy. The Two of Pentacles, there's some type of, it's caused an indecision in in investing. Should I invest or should I invest somewhere else? Or it's kind of like this situation may have left you kind of like in a limbo state, trying to figure out where to place your investments. The Tower card has the characters from both. Oh, actually, okay, this is the characters from the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower card. So something that was set to, like, some type of higher order, divine order, kind of something, because of the foundation that was built, however things manifested the way that they did, it was kind of like it might have been unexpected to you, but the divine had a hand in this. But at the same time, if this is a situation where someone was called to, be with you and they chose to go the other way, then it was kind of like, yeah, it was devastating. Um, but it's like the ancestors, they still have like a greater plan for someone, like a greater plan for you, if this resonates with you. Because it's kind of like someone took their cup, took their love, and went the other way and left someone like stuck and confused. The King of Swords, which comes up the Hierophant as the King of Swords. So someone is making you kind of question, not so much question your beliefs, but Queen of Swords. This gives me Taurus and Libra energy. You have the King and the Queen of Swords here. The Justice card, woman, is the Queen of Swords in this deck, and the Hierophant is the King of Swords. It's Taurus and Libra energy showing up. Because Justice card is the sign of Libra and the Hierophant is the sign of Taurus, sorry, Hierophant. Something here is a big deal. Knight of Swords. With the death card character at the top. Or riding the horse, sorry. It kind of looks like the Knight of Swords horse in a way. There's a challenge being posed. Like someone is being challenged here in some type of belief that they have. It could be a fixed belief or situation where someone feels like they're wise. They know what, it's like someone that comes with great wisdom. But at the same time, it's like it's a challenging thought. And I feel like someone is in the middle of like a karmic lesson or a karmic, like a decision that really shapes the forward movement. So there's something that is coming up ahead to annihilate these false structures or beliefs. This Queen of Swords energy is almost like she's protecting this King of Swords from the Knight of Swords. So whatever or whoever this energy is that's coming in as the Grim Reaper to potentially cause death to something that actually does need to be destroyed in order to bring rebirth into one's life. The Queen of Swords, being the Justice, the woman from the Justice card, holds the scales of Mayat. So someone, it's actually like death coming towards the Queen of Swords type energy to block this King of Swords. Why is this feminine? Okay, why is this Queen of Swords energy protecting this King of Swords? The Tower, you have it twice. And this Tower, I don't know what characters these two men are from, these two people. I'm trying to remember like what these two people come from. Clarify the Knight of Swords. Magician as the High Priestess. So the magician in this instance, someone's higher self, someone's subconscious self is wanting to annihilate something. But these King and Queen of Swords energies, it's like very fixed or fixed in a certain energy or belief, or it's kind of like a know-it-all energy. Someone is playing the role of the High Council. These are both feminine energies of power, but the Queen of Swords is coming across as kind of like cloaked in a masculine energy. There's some type of karmic partnership here. And this Queen of Swords is protecting this King of Swords. And if it's not a person, that's the feminine energy is protecting a masculine energy, it's like this feminine energy is actually going against something within herself. Queen of Swords and the Magician, is this the same? The Emperor. Someone's playing a role of a masculine, or they're trying to like step in a position where the divine is operating in, if that makes sense. There's a lot of major arcana cards. This Tower to me is like a heads up. This King of Swords, why is he like sitting in the cut? Like, Holy Spirit, why is this person? Four of Pentacles. They're benefiting this feminine energy. Someone is protecting someone that should not be protected, if that makes sense. Someone's higher self knows. The subconscious self knows, which is why it's sending some type of signal to the mind or some type of messages that are like, no, this needs to be annihilated, because there's a karmic cycle that keeps repeating itself. The Tower card coming out twice, some type of structure, or it has to be annihilated, but it's being repeated again. So the Emperor, yes, I can't make it up. So the Sphinx card right here, this is the Chariot energy. We have the Chariot right here. The Chariot has the animals from the World card, at least the lion and the ox. So it could be Leo energy as well, or something to do with, someone has to be very careful of doing this. With the Justice card here, she's in the cards twice. Someone is trying to play divine, trying to play divine spirit, trying to play the High Council. Putting themselves in a position or a seat that they're not supposed to be in. The Sphinx are like, no. The Sphinx go when the Emperor says go. And who is the Emperor? Is a higher source, a divine power, divine father energy. He's not in his throne or his seat. So it's kind of like something that's not in agreement. Someone's dealing with a selfish masculine that is very fixed. They're showing someone that they have all of this. They're only giving a little bit to this feminine. They're hiding another pinnacle. I keep picking up in my readings that it's the ones that you don't, I have to be careful with this. It's the ones that you don't suspect. It's kind of like you can be presented with one and the same. It's one and the same. There's a perfect example. Energy is something that's a movie. these energies, these archetypes, they're one and the same, like back in the back of my conscious, and I can, it's something about the energies that you can easily overlook and look the alignment and the energy is whatever. There's like, but it has the characters from the Wheel of Fortune, these high council, they have their books out. Something is happening, it's being repeated in two separate energies. You just saw it. One is a little more hidden because this energy over here is withdrawn, it's pulled itself out in some type of way, or shown that it cannot be trusted already. The other energy is a little more, it's a know-it-all energy. It's, I have all of the information, I have all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm saying, I know, it's something about it. But why is the feminine energy capping for that masculine energy so much? I really don't know what that is. That could be, depending on the person that's watching, something within your own self that feels the need to like put yourself in that role, and you're fighting against your own subconscious. You're fighting against your own inner guidance. That's what it feels like. I don't know who this is going to resonate with, but it's an archetype. It's being repeated. I'm going to use this as an example. Like for me, because I'm getting two different examples of this, but I can only share my personal experience as far as like how I've experienced the energy, not so much looking at other people's situation, because you know that they're going to experience it differently from how I'm witnessing it play out, right? Or even seeing how the outcome unfolds, like explain or explain differently. Can't even talk. So for me at least, I'll notice I'll have a energy of someone that seems to be more of a lesser, and then there's one that seems to be of a greater, but they all have the same energy. It's like the same archetype in a sense. One's just a little more advanced in their expression, or maybe projection, or yeah, the ones that you see as, because spirit is always going to use a contrast, always. Like spirit is going to put before you some type of contrast so that you learn the differences. But sometimes in certain cases, if it's an energy that's very similar, most likely there's certain aspects and levels that is the same. One energy is just more progressive, more pretty much what I'm saying is that someone is looking at shit as shit and looking at another pile of shit as golden because it's painted in gold. So you're not able to see that this too is the same. Not saying that these people are shit per se, but it's like they're not it, or these archetypes are not it. It's like, oh, I dated the fuck boys, or I dated the players, types, and the blah blah blahs. Okay, but what about the skilled magicians though? The ones that might be fuck boys on the low, but they know how to talk that game and they know how to make it look or feel like it's something different than what it really is. And the higher self is like, something is off. Something is off. And then the conscious mind that has, it's like its need to prove that it's right, it'll say, no, it's not that, because this is what fuckboys do. This is what they look like. This is what they talk like. This is how they operate. So no, it can't be these types of over here, because they talk, you know, they talk like me, they sound like me, or they operate like me. But that's a little more dangerous, because it's like, are you going to listen to your intuition, or are you going to listen to what you think what's best for you looks like? Because Spirit's hiding the person that's for you. That's the thing. Spirit has not revealed that person to you because you're not in the energy to even reciprocate their energy, because you're still playing out similar karmic cycles, similar archetypes and energies. As you level up, so does your demons. When you're playing a video game and you level up, your demons are also a level up from the last ones that you just fought. So make no mistake, not saying that these people are necessarily have to be demons, but they're counterfeits. Pretty much. So one, if you look at one level, okay, it's baby level. Oh, intermediate level. Then you get to the advanced level. That's where you want to be more on guard. You cannot play the same energy that you once did. And I would be very humble in that energy. Being put in a position, it was a, what was it? I was watching a TD Jakes video, and he was talking about what we need when it comes to putting ourselves in a position of a position that we're divinely meant to be in, that we're called to be in. And what stood out to me, it was 3 words, is you need direction, correction, and instruction. So basically what he was saying was that he was talking from obviously a Christianity level, and he was talking about the church and how the church has certain, they have the apostles, they have the prophets, they have the evangelists and all that. They have the different levels and different roles and gifts. And someone that's not seasoned, they're trying to direct and lead, but they're not in a position to take direction. They're not in a place to correct themselves or to take instruction from someone that is maybe wise or divinely sent to help them. Rather, it's kind of like leading yourself in your own way of doing things, and that can be dangerous sometimes. Like, we all have a moment where we think we know everything and we don't want to hear what someone else has to say. That is a very dangerous thing, especially when you do have gifts and callings. Can't be in that type of energy, and I know that firsthand for myself. So what I'm getting from this is, like, again, someone's trying to play the high council. You got to be careful with that. Like, using your discernment right now is very crucial. I've been getting that a lot. Like, Spirit's been giving me warnings after warnings after warnings about paying attention to energies at this time, paying attention to people, because you can't say that you don't know because it was given to you. So you have to decide whether it's something within self that needs to prove itself, or is still operating off of some type of wound, it's holding on to some type of fixed energy or belief. Because when it comes to soul connections, we're still looking for that validation that, oh, this person has these type of behaviors and traits, or they look like this, they talk like this, they dress like this, to identify that that's the person. And therefore you're still looking at the external, even though it feels like you're looking at the spiritual aspect. When we're divinely connected to anyone, or if we're spiritually connected to anyone, I should say, there's going to be mirrors, there's going to be telepathy, there's going to be an exchange. And if you're at a certain level, that energy is going to exchange with you in a way that it resonates with you. Like I said, when you level up in the game, the characters are on your level in the game, or that part of the game that you've reached. All the characters, all the enemies, they all resonate. Their power is at a level. So when you fight these battles, each level you go to, the character that you have to fight against, you got to have a new strategy. You can't keep sticking to the same routine, or you got to try different moves and things like that to figure out what works, what's going to annihilate your enemy. So keep that in mind. Again, the person that you're not seeing, they're hidden for a reason. You can't see them because your energy is not in the space to receive it yet. If you're finding yourself repeating the same type of karmic cycles and energies 9 times out of 10, that is not the one. If it looks, I would say, no, don't even say it looks, it feels the same in a sense. I'm just going to say this and I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to make this too long of a video. Someone is ignoring their intuition. Like the death card is trying to annihilate something. The intuition is like screaming, and the other side of self is like, no. And it's trying to defend this other energy. Otherwise, that's actually in the background, kind of fixed in their energy, they're not really giving anything. If anything, this is really meant to shed light on something, because Spirit gave this to me, and Spirit is very adamant about counterfeit energies. The level that how I was being able to resonate with it in the past is definitely nothing similar to where it's at now, because in the past I'm looking at the counterfeits, it's like, oh, the F-boys and the ones that breadcrumb, you know, the ones that you can clearly see ain't shit, but something in you wants to like fix that, you want to baby it, nurture it. But the ones that I would say I'm learning now, the Spirit really pulled a veil, pull that veil back, that the ones that seem to be that, but there's something that still echoes the same type of energy pattern as the other, most likely that is a counterfeit too. Like, again, you've annihilated that level. Now when someone comes into your scope, into your sphere where you're at, you have to discern whether this person is just another level of this archetype that I've been dealing with off and on all of my life, or since I've been dating, or the types that I'm connected and drawn to. Is this a similar type of energy, or do I need to annihilate this also? You have to be very discerning. I keep getting, again, that video game reference, that when you level up, don't think that these energies are not going to mirror and try to level up. They are leveled up to a certain degree, but don't think that they're not going to try to mirror you. I just feel like if it's meant for you to take this, it will, because this is kind of like a difficult energy to deliver. And it might not make sense to everyone, but I feel like for those that it's meant for, it's going to resonate how it's supposed to. So, kind of reluctant to post this, but I feel like it needs to be shared, because it's very easy to be deceived right now. It's very easy to, for people to really project things, and that's why it's very important that we trust ourselves, we trust our intuition, and we put our egos aside. What we feel like we have to express to be right or wrong, and I'm seeing that, and I'm also learning that for myself, and checking in with myself and make sure that whatever I'm doing, it's coming from a pure place, and on top of that, that I'm not second guessing myself to that degree, especially, because at the end of the day, you have you to live for and to protect. And if you're putting yourself last before someone else, and you're engulfing your trust into something or someone that you kind of like not all the way sure about or clear about, that can be very dangerous, and deciding to side and be like, no, I'm going to defend this to the end, even though there's something in me that doesn't really feel solid about this, but I'm going to X, Y, and Z, like cut myself out, and I'm going to like put more of a faith and trust in this energy over here that I barely can stand on, that I can't really depend wholeheartedly on what this is. You have to be mindful of that. Like, I do feel like there's more of this energy seems more like next level type. I want to see, and I'm going to stop here. Why is the other energy hidden as far as getting assignments. The past energies, they were assigned to help you on your path. And Spirit, your high council, they're going to continue to send more higher level aspects of that same archetype until you learn the lesson. It's like you're in school. You know how they have like English classes in high school? You'll take a basic English, and then you'll take next year, next semester, or maybe whatever, next year, you'll take a certain level of English all the way up to your senior year. You're at an advanced study level of your English class, right? If that makes sense. So until you master that one thing, they're going to send you things that are higher until you finally learn the lesson. Why is this other energy hidden? Why is this other energy hidden, Holy Spirit? Why is this other than what we stated, the obvious? Ace of Wands, which has the Ace of Cups type of energy, has to be in a place of receptivity for this person, this energy. The Eight of Swords has the Eight of Wands energy. The Eight of Cups, which is the Eight of Pentacles, trying to fix it. Like, yeah, it's still this energy of like trying to fix something, but at the same time, there is healing that's being done. Preparation that's being done for that Holy Grail, that one cup, that divine cup. Then you have the Five of Wands. So there's still these archetypes in the back, these energies, whether some of you guys are dealing with anyone right now or not, or you're still clearing out the energies. You're still clearing out those energies. This is going to continue to repeat itself. And I feel like this message is being confirmed in different ways. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's a guy on YouTube. It's like a white guy. I can't remember his name. Something Daughtry. I don't know if it's Aaron Daughtry, something Daughtry, if I'm saying his last name right. And he had posted something about how to like stop repeating the same cycles in love, and that was posted today. And I just seen that. I don't even follow him or anything. And I seen that. It says in the cycle, 5 reasons you can't attract love, 5 ways to remove, let me see what it says. 5 ways to remove the blocks and allow love in. So in the cycle, that part stood out to me. On the thumbnail, he put it in bold yellow letters, in the cycle. So there's a cycle that's playing out. And you guys are in the seat of the high priestess energy. You're wise enough to be able to discern energies now. Spirit is allowing this again so that the more you level up, the more aware you are of things and energies and intentions. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from this. I hope that resonates. So as always, much love to you guys. I appreciate you. Peace.